Hi everyone. Today's story is about a small little boy named Paul who had a big problem which really worried his parents. So let's go find out more about the small little Paul's big problem in our story today. Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a boy named Paul. Paul lived in a small little cottage on the farm with his mummy and daddy. Paul's parents were very worried for him because Paul had a big problem. Paul had a very short temper, which means Paul got angry really quickly. He would get angry at small things. He would lose his temper at small kids and scold them. He would pick fights with his friends everywhere. He would even misbehave with his neighbors. And he would say hurtful things to everybody and really hurt them. So the neighbors avoided him. And his friends, well, he had none because of the way he behaved with them. And nobody liked him. His parents were very worried. They tried every trick in the book to help him develop kindness and give up being angry. But they failed in most of their attempts. Until one day, Paul's father went to the market and bought him a big box of nails and a hammer. He got home and he took Paul out into the farm and he showed him the fence that surrounded the farm. He gave him the box of the nails and he said, "Paul, we've tried everything with you, but you just don't seem to be getting any better. You seem to be getting worse. At this rate, you will never have any friends unless you try and mend your ways. So I have a little game for you. I've got you this little box of nails and a hammer. So the next time you feel that you're losing your temper and becoming really angry, the moment you feel like you want to fight with someone and shout at someone, you must run to the fence with a nail and a hammer and hammer it into the fence with all your might." Paul thought that was a very good idea. He thought it was a great game and he couldn't wait to play it. So the very next day, the moment Paul felt very angry and he felt like screaming, he thought of his father and he thought of the box of nails. So he went up to the box of nails, quickly took out one nail and the hammer and he ran to the fence and he started hammering. Tuck, 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 tuck. On the first day itself, Paul managed to hammer in 30 nails. But then, after the initial excitement had died down, Paul realized it was very difficult to keep hammering those nails in the fence. And so slowly, Paul started controlling his anger. He started to feel a little less angry. So each time he started to feel angry, he would try to calm himself down and he would feel a little less angry. And slowly, he started having to hammer less and less nails. And gradually, a day came when Paul did not even hammer one nail. A few days passed, and Paul had now learned to control his anger. He did not feel angry as he had before, and he felt much better about it. And he didn't even have to go and hammer any nails in the fence anymore. So very happy, he ran to his father and he told him that he had finally managed to do what they had been trying to make him do for a long, long time. But the lesson that his father wanted to teach him was not over. So now his father took him outside and made him see the fence. And he asked Paul, "What do you see here, Paul?" Paul said, "Well, I see a fence and some nails in it." So his father said, "Well, yes. So the next time when you're trying to control your anger, you must go and pull out the nails one by one." Paul said, "Okay, I'll do that." So the next time Paul felt he was getting very angry and he was trying to calm himself down and control himself, he would run to the fence and he would try and pull out the nails. One by one by one by one. A few days passed and Paul had managed managed to pull out most of the nails from the fence, and there were a few nails still stuck there which he was struggling with. He tried and he tried, but he just couldn't seem to pull out any of those nails. So he wanted to ask his father for help. He went up to his father and he said, "Father, I've managed to pull out most of the nails, but see, some of these nails are stuck so badly, I just can't seem to pull them out." So his father smiled at him kindly and he said, "Paul, do you see these holes in the fence? What do you think they are?" Paul was very confused. He looked blankly at his father and he said, "I don't know." So his father said, "This fence is the people that you've hurt, and these nails were your bad temper that you pulled out when you apologized to them. But even after that, the holes will still remain. So even after you've apologized to them, the scars in the relationship will still remain. And some of them can never be rectified, which are like the nails that are still stuck in the fence. So that is the reason why you must develop the kindness and let go of your anger. And that will make you a better human being."